Like the new patch is coming out after the KL Major. 7.20 is coming out, which means new hero, hopefully, unless they're going to delay that. But new hero, we're going to get some changes. I heard some rumors of some changes. I don't know if I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's false. I don't want to say anything because
Which one?
I can't say it. I'm sorry. I really can't say it. I heard some stuff, and I don't know if it's legitimate stuff or not. So I'm not going to say anything. But it will change the flow of the game. Sorry. So it seems like I really can't say. I heard some stuff with Dota. And with the patch, it should be able to sort of refresh and reset the whole meta for everyone. And maybe everyone's going to get excited again. I mean, I'm excited for the new hero. There's like some people that told me I'm ready to spam the new hero in my ranked matches.
Yeah, I actually saw that. Who tweeted that?
I forgot who it was too.
Yeah, but I saw the tweet as well. So yeah, Mars coming soon. Hopefully 7.20. I also heard certain rumors about the fourth spirit as well. Like now we have 3 spirits, right? And
I thought Brewmaster was like the final spirit.
No, he's supposed to be something purple. The hero should be something like very dark. And
this rumor. Okay, I heard about this one.
It's part of the comic, but if we look at the 3 spirit, Earth spirit is strength, agility is ember spirit, intelligence is storm spirit. Could it be like when they release the 4th spirit, they're gonna be like the 4th? The other one is like you have strength, agility, and intelligence, right? So
but then what would the other stat be?
So that will be something cool. That'll be
movement speed. I'm kidding.
I mean, that'll be really cool, right? If they have that will be something fresh. Like we've been stuck to this 3 for a very long time since Dota 1, and suddenly there's a 4th one. That could be something really, really cool, very new stuff.
Sounds to me like Faceless Void, to be honest. Void is like the best. All right, so it looks like the lobby is almost ready. We have 5 players for each of the teams, so all the players are ready, all the team is ready. I think we're just going to be waiting for production to go. So we're going to be jumping into this game really soon. Prediction-wise, any predictions for our match? It's a best of 3, just a reminder for people that are just joining us. Best of 3, Gambit or Fnatic?
After seeing how Fnatic played during PvP in Singapore, I'm not sure if they are still figuring out how to finding synergy in between the players. But if they're still struggling finding synergy, I think Gambit might take 1 game, so might be 2-1.
So you're predicting 2-1 for Fnatic?
For Fnatic, yes. But in the end of the day, we know Fnatic, Abed been there for a very long time, and DJ and Abed, they've been in Fnatic for a very long time, so they kind of know each other. They know how to play with themselves. So the new addition to the team, MP, Jabs and Ice is something fresh, but I'm not sure if they click together. So, but in the end of the day, they are really, really good players. So that's why Fnatic 2-1.
Okay, I'm going to say based on results, probably 2-0 for Fnatic. Just because Fnatic, they've played in a couple of tournaments. They came second in PvP against Secret. I think they gave Secret a good run for their money. For Gambit, we looked at some of their results before we actually started the match for today, and they haven't really qualified for anything major outside of this. So, bit of a blank spot here for Gambit as to whether or not they have their synergy down and dusted as well. We do have stats for Gambit, right? So what stats do we have for Gambit? Like, are they playing very meta heroes? Do they play very out of meta heroes?
They are playing meta heroes. I think most teams in the major are kind of playing meta heroes, except for one hero that they are really, really into that is not so into meta now, which is Ursa Warrior. We do see a lot of Ursa, but not in KL Middle so far. Very low pick rate, but Gambit do love their Ursa Warriors. 11 time picked last 3 months and 73% win rate with that bear. So they do love their Ursa. They like to lane it with the Winter Wyvern. So slow, and Ursa get a really good laning stage and then destroy everyone as they go to the mid game. So they kind of love to go pick heroes that is strong in the mid game to get objective or win games.
Well, we'll see if they can give Fnatic a run for their money, because at this point I think the public perception is going to be a bit iffy, if anything.
Yep.
Bit iffy. Region? What region is Gambit from? They're from CIS, was it?
CIS.
From CIS. Yeah. So, assuming they follow CIS tradition, they might play hyper-aggressive. We could just see like the C versus CIS hyper-aggressive meta. Although, from past knowledge, Fnatic, they're actually pretty slow for a Southeast Asian team. Like, they don't play very fast. For example, like Tigers, like TNC, where they love to just go for these like consistent movements. So Fnatic, will they maybe struggle against Gambit? We'll have to find out soon.
Yeah, but bringing MP to the roster is kind of really, really cool thing. I mean,
you know what else was cool?
What?
For them to pick up Dubu as their coach.
So they have 2 Koreans in the team.
Mm-hmm. Korean overlords in Fnatic now.
Yep. And the way MP play and the way NV plays is totally 2 different ways. MP plays like super safe, while NV, he likes to take a risk, so high risk, big reward kind of play style. So MP is a very stable carry. I love to see play Terrorblade, his Phantom Lancer, his CK, really, really good CK. And it kind of give Abed the opportunity to play carries that don't really have to, carry the game. He can actually play heroes that create space for his team, because MP, he can really, really farm out really, really well, very fast. He's one of the best carry in our region as well. So
he's one of the best carries, yeah. I do agree, but I do feel that maybe, I don't know about you, I'll have to ask you about this. Do you maybe feel Fnatic are a bit too dependent on Abed sometimes? Because I think that's where MP sort of falls short, is that if Abed doesn't have a really good start, and if Abed was supposed to be the tempo controller, MP sort of struggles to be that secondary backbone for the team. If Abed needs that extra space, do you agree, or do you have a different opinion?
I think that's why Ice is there. Ice is there to be a safety net, because he's another tempo control for the team. Ice's hero pool is really, really huge. That's the beautiful thing about Fnatic. Everyone can play everything, but I believe they play around DJ a lot. DJ is always this greedy support, and they kind of play around DJ and also Abed. But adding Ice into the roster is just make the whole
everything click.
We will never know. You have to watch this game. I'm still not convinced that they are clicking well, but I think this game will show us if the new Fnatic, is really, really good.
Okay, great. So we're in the draft here for Gambit versus Fnatic. You have to take a look at some of these picks and bans, and I think Fnatic, they're on the same page as you with the Winter Wyvern ban. As Gambit, they have a really high win rate with that hero. You were saying it was like 70.
Yep, 73.
73% for Gambit.
No, Winter Wyvern is 78%.
78, sorry.
Ursa is 73, and like you said just now before the game, we're gonna see a lot of Centaur. But
that was you.
I said
that was you.
Centaur. You said no, we're not gonna see because they're gonna ban it. Yep, they're gonna ban it out. Centaur very, very strong, out from nowhere.
Broodmother ban as well for Gambit. Bit of a respect ban too for Ice, because Fnatic, they're not afraid to pick up the Brood Mama. Although I don't think we've seen Fnatic really pick up Brood first. I think we've seen one in PvP, if I'm not wrong.
Usually it's like 3rd or 4th pick, but when Ice plays this hero, 71% win rate. So
he plays it way too much, pretty much. Yep.
Don't want to let that go.
Okay, Morphling ban out, and also the IO, so we're going to get our first set of picks. Lots of really good supports are left in the pool, haven't really banned all of them out, Ogre Magi being one of the more popular picks. Fnatic like to also play, well, they love to play Tiny. Nyx Assassin's also a pretty big favourite here for Fnatic at times. Necrophos hasn't been banned, Undying is still available, and it looks like Dazzle gets grabbed up, followed by a Terrorblade.
Very nice combo, give time to Terrorblade to Thunder with the Shadow Blade, and Fnatic gonna go, Enigma.
Ooh, this is really great opening for both teams. So Dazzle, great backup support for a Terrorblade, and shows that he's normally going to be able to get the Sunder off, but I also like Fnatic's opening. They've got the Tiny, great roamer, whether they want to put that onto
What? Blackjar, what are you doing?
I love you. Thank you so much.
Whoa, Jazz, what the frickety frick? Whoa! Whoa!
The whole gifting subs thing, that is magical. Fnatic's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
An Underlord for Gambit, which is a bit of a surprise. We don't need to see a lot of Underlord. Whereas Dark Willow and Phantom Lancer are the choices for Fnatic.
Yeah, Willow is a very the synergy between Willow and DJ is just perfect. He's one of the greedier support out there, and he tend to use Bedlam to farm creeps as well. So Dark Willow is one of the, like, he can get item quickly, and their win rate is 80% with this hero as well.
How many picks?
For Willow.
Yeah, how many times have they played her?
Very small sample, six times.
Oh, 6 times,
Yeah,
okay.
but they didn't play much game last 3 months as well, so 6 picks and 80% rate is still very high.
Yeah, that's a wombo combo for Fnatic as well. They could actually stack the Black Hole and the Fear from the Willow. So you get like this really long extended duration of you just being not being able to do anything.
If you get Enigma Black Hole into 5, then follow with a
Terrorize.
Bramble base,
Yeah.
that is perfect as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a very, very long duration of stun, and both Tiny and Phantom Lancer can clear.
Strong lanes as well, I have to say, for Fnatic. I mean, Enigma's a very strong laner on his own against a Terrorblade. Tiny, assuming this is called, at this point I'm assuming this is going to be an Abed Tiny, because Abed does play this mid Tiny and he does it to great effect. Although we could see last pick Abed here, but Abed very solid on the Tiny if that's his hero. And then MP on PL. MP's PL, would you say that his PL is really up there in terms of PL players, or?
He's good. I think most PL players are up there. I mean, PL is one of the hardest heroes to play as well. You need to play mind games like controlling your illusion, trying to pick jukes. PL is definitely a very, very hard hero to play. Although you see like, oh, illusion is spawning and it's an easy hero to control. But actually, no. You need to know when to use your doppelganger, when to throw your spirit lance, when is it good to enter the fight and when it's not, and of course juking people. And I think MP is really, really good on Phantom Lancer, so yeah, I think it's a good pick for him.
Yeah, love the last pick Undying as well for Fnatic. Very strong laner. He's basically a lane winner. That's sort of what an Undying does for these teams. He just sort of goes in, throws out the decays, and you look at Gambit, their supports cannot deal with an Undying.
Yeah, but then Undying in KL Major, I mean yesterday's games, after he was picked 3 times, 33% win rate. 33% win rate. So not so high, but of course sample is very small. So maybe Fnatic can increase the win rate for this Undying.
Maybe. Gambit still looking for that final pick, and they need a mid hero to contest this Tiny Abed, because Tiny, he's one of those mid laners. He's really hard to lane against because he's got very high base damage, super easy for him to deny, lots of solo kill potential if you pick someone that's very squishy. And then also Tiny in the mid game, he's terrifying because he has that status resistance that we always talk about. Disables not that great versus Tiny. I mean, look, the lack of disables on Gambit is actually quite frightening, because in these team fights, they're not going to have control of the fights. It's going to be them playing around Fnatic.
Yep, and of course Tiny and his range, most probably going to win out this lane. Just like the only one downside about Tiny is his armor is very low early game and throughout the whole game. That's why you kind of need to get armor items. They can go Templar Assassin, but they do have a lot of ways to remove Reflection, like Phantom Lancer removes it super easily.
Even Tiny does with Avalanche, no?
Yeah, yes, so
Avalanche is amazing versus TA.
They do love their TA, but I don't think it's a good pick here as well. But they can still go mid Ursa if they want to. Lina is still available.
I'm favoring the Lina here, although Zeus, okay. Zeus pick up. He won't do too bad versus Tiny, although he's not really going to be able to go too close to these creep waves. He's sort of just going to sit back and have to just chain lightning farm. Thing I'm worried about though, I feel like Abed's still going to easily deny these creeps. I don't really see him being able to win.
They do have a way to cancel the black hole, unless SSS really get like super early BKB. But other than that, Zeus, he can cancel the black hole from a very safe distance. And mid lane, if Zeus gets his passive early, and Abed do have a lot of HP, so he will kind of get low quickly as well. But they're having a Terrorblade, so Tiny Terrorblade, he cleaves the illusion very quickly, and he can actually kill him in one combo as well. The nuke damage is very high, so if Abed have a really good game, if you can get really early blink timing, I don't think this Terrorblade can survive.
So, looking at the draft, who are you looking at to win game 1?
I will say Fnatic. I think they have everything. They have the Terrorblade counter, they have a very good team fight with the Enigma and Dark Willow as well. And when it comes to lane, I think Jab's Undying, he's gonna freaking win the lane. And they also have a late game solution with the Phantom Lancer. On the side of Gambit, they need to win lane 1. They need to make sure the Terrorblade don't die to one combo from this Tiny. And yeah, Zeus need to be safe the whole time and stay alive in the lane. And I just don't see how this Dazzle pick gonna help them out, except for using the Shallow Grave onto the PL.
I mean, in most cases, Dazzle's a very solid support, right? Like, he's great when it comes to lane harassment because you have the Poison Touch. And in most cases, you zone out those heroes with the Poison Touch. But I think in this game, I don't see that harassment potential being there because you're laning against an Enigma. This Enigma was picked after the Willow Terrorblade, right? It was second pick after the Abed Tiny.
Yep. So getting caught in the black hole could be a problem for Gambit, because the only way they can cancel it is either Spike Carapace, Zeus Ultimate. Other than that, they have no way to really cancel it.
Can you cancel it with the Underlord route?
I should be able to. So
yeah.
So getting BKB is really good.
We'll just have to see how the lanes go. We'll do a quick team introduction as well. So I will start with Gambit on the Radiant side. So in the top lane, we have Vanscore playing on our Dazzle, King R on the Nyx Assassin. We've had some issues trying to pronounce the Terrorblade's name. We still haven't figured it out quite yet. We came to the conclusion it's like Draxac or something.
Let's call him Drax. No,
I think
Daxac.
Daxac, sorry. Daxac. Something like that. We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. In the middle lane, on our Zeus, we have Afro Ninja. My goodness. And then finally, we have on our Underlord, Old Akliabi. We'll find out what his name is in a second. You'll do Fnatic.
Alright, on the Fnatic side, Undying will be played by Jabs, and Tiny will be played by Abed. Willow will be played by DJ. He's going in to get the creep, but nothing gonna happen here. PL will be played by MP, and Ice will be playing the Enigma, but they are laning together. I think one of them will TP out, but I'm not sure which one. But it looks like they want to try to get this first blood. Looks like Enigma is the one that's gonna go away. So it's gonna be a tri-lane versus this solo Underlord, and Underlord gonna TP straight away. Same with the Willow.
Okay.
Alright, gonna stun the Enigma, and the Bramble comes out. So this kill not gonna happen. But they're gonna TP out Vasco now to the bottom lane to help up Terrorblade.
Alright, so the lane swapping shenanigans will begin. We'll see if anyone wants to change anymore. I think they should more or less maintain those stable lanes. But the matchup you're looking, if you're Fnatic, what's the matchup you're looking for? Is it Terrorblade versus Enigma? Is it PL versus Terrorblade? What sort of matchup do you think?
I think it'll be the bottom lane, right? I mean, the kill potential is there with this Undying and also this PL once this Metamorphosis duration ends. But Vasco is there. Doesn't have the Shallow Grave, but he does have the Poison Touch. You were saying about the Poison Touch changes, you loved it, right? So what's up with that?
What? Oh, the changes with the Poison Touch? I mean, Poison Touch, especially with some of the games that we've been seeing, Dazzle harassment with Poison Touch is amazing because they've changed it in that whenever you throw Poison Touch on a target, the duration refreshes as long as they are taking hero damage. And the combos that you love to pick up with Dazzle is typically Dazzle with any long-range hero to refresh the poison, and even illusion-based heroes. One of the more popular versions of this is actually Dazzle PL, because PL just keeps throwing his illusions at the target, and that just continuously refreshes the duration of the Poison Touch. So with particular combos, it is quite devastating, as we see another lane swap coming in for both of these teams.
Yep, and they're going to send back the Underlord to the bottom lane against this Undying and TB, which is an assassin. Most probably this Dazzle will come back to the top lane, I believe, soon. But now they do have the Nyx Assassin to support out this Terrorblade.
Yep. Middle lane though, Abed is just styling all over this Zeus. He's got 13 CS, 5 denies compared to the 6 CS of the Zeus. So Afro Ninja's not doing that great. We did sort of touch on this during the drafting, that Zeus, although he can stand at a range, typically...
The first goes to Jabs there, diving behind the tower, getting the kill onto the underlord.
But yeah, typically as a Zeus, you're not going to be able to get those kills onto a Tiny, let alone a Abed Tiny. And look at that harassment. He just throws creeps at Afro Ninja. Can't do anything. It's a really hard game. Oh, might get the kill?
Go for it.
No. He already used the toss. If he held onto the toss, he should have been.
Oh, nice.
Styled.
Throw by Abed, like not throw, like.
It's okay, we got it.
Yeah. All right, the stun not gonna connect until ice, but I'm gonna clean up this Eidolon. But too bad, the split just happened. So he does have 4 creeps to farm with. At the same time, Vilo gonna pull this creep as well. And bottom lane, we see Undying going very, very low. Does have the decay going for Vasco. Vasco need to be careful. Doesn't have enough mango to cast another decay, so we're gonna back off.
This is such a weird laning phase coming out from Fnatic because they have.
Ooh, in the mid lane, Afro Ninja being body blocked by Abed. Does he have any more skill to cast? Not yet, but he's gonna chase and got it. Oh, the toss! He's gonna get a kill! Abed again. What a play.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get some help for the Zeus. Afro Ninja strike. He even tips Abed. He's like, well played, dude. Well played. Speaking of the laning phase though, crazy laning stage because we have Ice in the top lane with MP. So your off laner is in the jungle protecting your carry, whereas your supports are actually farming in that bottom lane. Although Jabs did change lane, he's actually heading on over to the top lane himself, but they're giving EXP to the supports, and this is something that you don't typically see this early on for teams. They don't really prioritize their supports, but Fnatic realize they can kind of get away with this. I think if you're Gambit, you've got to come up with a plan B to sort of slow this down, or at least ensure that their cores are just not getting free farm.
Right, they're gonna see Ice here trying to get as much experience deny. But look at here what's happening here. Terrorblade. And Dying is here to help out. Did get the decay stack onto 2 heroes there. And use the illusion to block. Nice play coming up from Dex Sack. But here comes Ice. Gonna use the Malefice, but stun comes onto the Undying. They're going for the carry, but now
Rune got stolen.
Ice guys gonna get the rune.
Yep.
Well, Vasco did get one as well by the bottom lane. Vasco.
That was great. All the runes being taken. So the runes, it was 1 for Vanscore, so a Radiant rune and 2 Dire runes. There should still be 1 rune on the map, unless it got denied. I think it got denied. Probably would have been the bottom lane tonight. Oh, Vanscore, man, fighting Jabs.
Oh, he does have enough mana to cast Soul Rip and the Decay. We're gonna back off first. He's going after him now. Thinking about it. We're gonna back off because there is another support coming from the back. King R, next assassin.
Look at all the heroes in this middle lane though. They've got the Nyx, they've got the Dazzle. They're trying to make sure that Afro Ninja is going to be okay in lane, but look at Jabs just being a nuisance.
And dancing away.
Chipping away at Vanscore. Well, Vanscore's been struggling a little bit.
What do you think about this DJ being left alone here to farm out and get level? I mean,
he's
alone the whole time.
There's nothing wrong with it. DJ, he's one of those supports where if you give him any sort of resources, he can normally transition those resources into kills, into map control. So for them to put a little bit of extra priority into DJ, if they get away with this, I think this is a huge boon for Fnatic, because suddenly your Dark Willow, who you would typically see as a support, is going to hit level 6 at about 7 to 8 minutes, and he can solo kill with Beldum. So if anything, if you're Gambit, you've got to be worried, because these heroes of Fnatic, they're just using the map so efficiently.
Oh, they're trying to get this tower. The siege creep is there, but this will force the Metamorphosis to come up from the Terrorblade. But they do have 3 heroes on the top lane. Kill potential is there.
Oh, bottom.
Bot lane. Discount will be there, but no follow-up damage, so they're gonna back off. They're not gonna go for the kill. And this guy is quite tanky now, 1000 HP. On this Underworld. For a very long time, we'd never seen this hero, but what's up with this pick then?
What pick?
Trying to combo with some Underlord?
The Underlord pick? I mean, they seem to want to play with that global presence, because you got the Zeus with the Thunder God's Wrath, provides your team vision. If any fights are happening in any of these lanes, they could always just come in with the Dark Rift on the Underlord. Great disengage as well when it comes to those team fights. Just throw the Dark Rift while your team is trying to retreat. It's great for safe retreats. But combo-wise, I'm not really seeing anything here. I mean, like, the only combo I could really get is probably just a Pit of Malice and then throwing in like a Nimbus. But that's a bit much, to be honest. That's thinking far ahead.
Yep.
They need something now.
It's not doing that well though. Doesn't have the boots yet by the mid lane. King R gonna rotate, gonna get the DD rune onto the Underlord on the other side.
Speaking of the Underlord, also don't forget the Atrophy Aura. The Atrophy are going to be very handy against the PL.
Yep. PL and the tiny hit really hard, but still it hurts.
It's hard, but it still hurts.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage reduction, but it still hurts because the damage output is just too much. Now it's Mixed Assassin versus King R in the mid lane. King R needs a spike, but look at the level difference. One guy is level 9, the other one is level 3. And he's not that far away from his blink as well. We were talking about this. If you can get a very good blink timing, this game is going to be disastrous for Gambit.
It really looks like it is too, because Gambit, they've almost effectively lost all their lanes. The only lane that they're not doing too bad in is that Terrorblade lane. Terrorblade is getting his farm, but I don't know, I'm still not really seeing the game plan here for Gambit. If anything, their lineup, yes, it's going to be strong with the Terrorblade, but you're going to fall into, I call this a bit of a trap, where you throw all of your net worth onto that one hero. That one hero dies, you don't have another backbone. They've essentially just crippled the foundation of your entire draft, which is that Terrorblade. And Fnatic, they're obviously recognizing this, and they're saying, we're not going to let you hit that point in the game where Terrorblade will become your backbone. He will be a burden. So I think for Fnatic, they're just doing so well with just micromanaging everything. Their economy, they're doing really well. Their levels, I mean, if we look at their levels right now, the level difference is quite jarring. I mean, look at Tiny. He's level 10.
Yep, and very close to his Blink Dagger. So I think one more creep wave and should be able to get it. And he's moving forward. He might spot this Terrorblade. Terrorblade knows he's here.
Okay, MP. He's stepping forward too.
Ninja does have the
there's a
ult.
fight down bottom.
Ooh. I think mine's close and dying, but no, the one that's dead is the Underlord. And that's 2 kills for Fnatic DJ.
Great job. There's going to be 3 bounty runes going in the way of Fnatic again. I think the other rune got denied again, so...
And Blink is coming in the courier for Abed.
Abed already has a blink.
Yep, 10 minutes and he has the Blink, and I think this Zeus gonna die like really soon.
Oh, he's going to die. The supports are here. Although, could it be the other way around though? The supports on Fnatic, they're going to back out instead.
Well, he is level 6, he can use the terrorize, anything goes wrong.
Yeah, unfortunately for Gambit, the mobility for their team really isn't there. Speaking about Gambit's draft and their ability to sort of catch heroes, they don't have that much catch mechanism. Dazzle, not great for chasing. Nyx Assassin isn't too bad. Zeus is a bit too slow to really chase down anything. Underlord, again, not a chasing hero. He sort of wants to just stay put in this one area and to fight in this small zone so he can utilize the Pit of Malice as well as the Max Firestorm. He could be dying though, because we've got a really big backstab coming in here for Fnatic. And this is the Blink Dagger on the Tiny.
Smoked up, and they're going to use the scan as well. They know someone is there. Ice, he might break the trees. Yeah, he's going to break the trees. Malefic straight away, Blink in. Toss, and he's dead. And killing spree for DJ. All heroes.
That's the first Avatar's combo kill. And just...
Oh, they might go for more. They're going to spot Vascor here.
Oh, Vanskor messed up as well. He tried to dig through the trees.
And the toss is enough to get a kill. And DJ going to get double kill. Dominating streak for DJ.
Creep betrayed Vanskor. That was so upsetting. The level difference is getting worse as well. 11 on the Tiny, 9 on the PL and Enigma. The highest level on Gambit is their Underlord. He's level 8, followed by 7 on the rest of the cores. Gambit, they are in shambles. They will be able to Dark Rift the Underlord out, but they're going to start losing towers. That's That's something you don't want when you're running the Terrorblade. You want map control, you want the map to be open for him to farm, but it just feels like Fnatic, they're really closing all these doors and saying, you can't cross this line. You cross this line, we come and find you.
Yeah, that's very, very true. But they're gonna trade the tower mid for top. But I think Fnatic definitely will be happy to get this mid tower, despite losing the top tower. They're gonna open up so much map
Radiant's middle
control,
tower
and they see Abed there, but do they wanna go? Blink is available for Abed, so not being controlled, and they're gonna get the tower.
Radiant's middle tower
And
has
PL
fallen.
doing really, really well. They're gonna have a Hood of Defiance as his first pick as well. And when it comes to his itemization and going for
Dire's top
his
tower is under
Diffusal
attack.
Blade next. And this hero counters Terrorblade really, really hard back then, but it counters him super duper hard now just because of the mana changes for his ultimate. It's very, very hard to
Absolutely.
cast his ultimate on the real PL. That's already one, but they're gonna use Avalanche Source and instant death. Onto the dazzle.
Yeah, I also wanted to point this out earlier. If Abed can insta-give the Underlord, who is the tankiest hero on Gambit,
Radiant's
just
bottom
imagine what he
tower
does to the
is
rest of
under
the lineup.
Dire's
So
top
things are just not going to be easier here for Gambit.
Ice Assassin is in a lot of trouble. He's gonna get rooted as well, but MP gonna try to do as much as possible, but Afro Ninja gonna get a kill. Way, way away from the mid lane to get a kill. And they're gonna push the
Dire's
bottom lane.
structures are
It's gonna be a nice kill, 500 gold going in the way of Gambit, but they're going to need a lot more kills like that. A lot more. Even if it's just one hero, it will contribute to the team. But I'm just worried they missed their timing window.
That score is finally level 6 now. Just have one level on to the shallow wave. Only one level. He's maxing out his
Dire's
poison
middle
touch.
tower is under attack.
Understanding the capability of that particular skill now. After
Seems
the
to me that
changes.
Vanscore just acknowledges that he's not going to survive the fights. So he just says, I'm going to throw the poison touch. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get a grave. That'll be my contribution to the fights. Because I simply will not be alive for the majority of them. Which I think is a really smart idea if you're a Vanscore, considering how the game is going. He just gets sniped right off the face of the earth super, super quickly. So just being able to contribute anything, it'll be helpful. But in a game like this where you're losing
Alright,
and you
going for
have...
Abed.
Oh,
Terrorize gonna be used, gonna land on one, but the root and also the first con will be there. Bottom lane, they might
ooh.
restart this push again.
Smoke
They're
the
gonna find
Gambit.
one, they're gonna toss away that Underlord. Now Underlord is a lot of trouble. He doesn't have the ultimate. I don't think he's gonna survive even if he used it. So they're gonna get another kill and Abed dominating streak, and they will push this tower down easily and quickly. I don't think Gambit have any ways to defend this.
No, they don't have a lineup that can really defend. They've got this sort of defensive, hide inside your base lineup, wait for Terrorblade to get big. But your Terrorblade isn't getting big. Yes, he's farming. But Fnatic are taking all your towers, taking all your map control, hoarding all of this gold. They can just pick up early BKBs on their heroes and just be done with the game. By the time Terrorblade finishes up,
Radiant's bottom tower
for example,
is
not
under
a
attack.
Yasha, but maybe something more along the lines of like components of a BKB. So Gambit's time, like if the pace continues like this, their time in this game is going to run out very, very quickly because they're running out of towers, they're running out of things to throw at Fnatic to buy time.
Yep, Tiny is done
Radiant
with Echo Saber
structures
as well,
are
so they
fortified.
do have additional
Radiant
slow now.
fortified.
Another
Oh.
blink.
Is under attack.
Toss back, yeah, to his team. And should be dead. Bedlam is used as well, and Fnatic MP will get the kill, and the tower goes down quickly.
Radiant's
With the
bottom
help of the
tower
switch script.
is under attack.
So I suppose the last resort is, well, we're going to start throwing some heroes at them now because we really need some space. Top lane, they did manage to push a tower, 2 towers with Dax, which is really good. It's going to be more gold going in the way of the Terrorblade, but I just fear this is not enough gold.
Yeah, and he's not rushing for his BKB as well. He's going for SNY? Could be going for SNY.
Looks like it, to be honest. Unless he was going to build up a... Oh, it was Dragonlance.
Oh, Dragonlance
Okay,
into
Dragonlance
Yasha, yeah.
into Yasha.
It's going Dragonlance to Yasha, so he's not rushing his BKB, but they do have King R to buy space for them now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Moving forward, being pinged.
Now
They
take a
will
look at their
spot
items.
Jabs now, but I don't think King R can do anything here.
So looking at the item progression here for Fnatic, Fnatic are doing a really good job at itemizing their heroes. So it looks like their plan is they want to slow down a little bit. Oh, bottom. Trying to get
Yeah.
Underlord. Not
Oh,
quite.
it's close! Oh, that battle a bit too late, but it was so close to killing that underlord before the ultimate.
Not quite. They're very close. There was a Midas picked up on Ice. We have a components of a Yash, I believe, being built up. Oh, Diffusal Blade is completed on the PL. Diffusal Blade completed. DJ looking pretty tanky himself, going to be going for a Spirit Vessel. I think it's almost completed, just need to grab one more piece. Abed looking very strong as well. Is this an Echo Saber? Oh, he's actually just picked up an Ogre Axe. He wants to go back for a Shadow Blade now.
No, I think he finished up the Echo Saber, just that the courier died before he could deliver it.
Ah,
and he's going
okay.
for Shadow Blade now.
Makes sense.
Yep.
And then final hero is Undying. Can't really expect much from Jabs. Although they are smoked up, looking for a kill. And if they run into the Terror Blade, that'll be great. Dax is here, but so is Vanscore. They see him Poison Touch. That was a really good decision from the Dazzler. He just saw them coming up the hill. He Poison Touched them immediately, which gave enough time for Dax to run in the other direction.
Yep, and also the ulti coming off from the Zeus giving vision, saying there's 3 heroes there. Buy time for him, so they cancel the blink from the Tiny as well. So great play from Gambit, saving the Terror Blade there, only losing their support Dazzle for that smoke gang coming out from Fnatic. DD is in the bottom lane.
Got another 3-man rotation here for Fnatic. Don't think they're going to catch up Dax. Dax looking to TP to the bottom lane, so he's okay. But they kind of know the general area of where the Terror Blade is. Love the warding coming out from the Dire squad as well. Lots of wards, giving them plenty of vision to see some of these movements from the Radiant side. You got one at the top, one near the secret shop, and one in the bottom lane, in the lane as well. This is great because it's going to be a very good. It's not going to be a very easy ward to spot. Typically, you don't de-ward any observers that are sort of sitting in lane like this. So all this extra vision for Fnatic is just going to help them set up for kills. Whereas you look at Gambit, I mean Gambit, their vision isn't that fantastic, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. And they are forcing a pipe onto the Underlord. It's very, very close to his part. Going to help out a lot with this tiny combo. Wouldn't die that easily to the combo anymore. But it's a very, very good item for the whole team as well. So use the ult. They're going to spot everyone. But what can they do now?
I think at this point, just try drag the game as long as possible. I think that's pretty much the only play you can make at this point. So we'll just have to see if they're going to be able to do that, because at this rate, with how fast this game is going, I still don't see Gambit being able to really pull through with the Terror Blade, but he is catching up in net worth. He is now sitting in 3rd place. He's past Ice, who's got the Midas, sitting in about 700 gold behind Ice, and they're gonna go for a kill.
Going for Tiny is getting low, but they're gonna use ulti here. The Underlord, yes, he's using it. They're gonna bring Vasco out, but Vasco's already dead. Here comes Drax, but he should be able to Dark Reef away, and he's gonna save the team. Again, Vasco, the only one dying for his team, and they are going for King Arnold. They don't have the vision. Sentry?
Ooh, no vision.
Yeah, no vision, no detection, and King are gonna give all the information Gambit needs.
If anything, Gambit might need to look to invest in some observer wards. Their only ward that they have right now is sitting next to the Dire secret shop. And they were going to go for a kill onto DJ. It'll be a difficult one though.
Oh, he's dead though. There's a mega kill streak going to that Underlord as well. Can speed up his... Oh, he already have the pipe. He's going for Crimson Guard now. This Underlord is farming really, really well.
I mean, Underlord is great when it comes to farming. He just sort of runs in, throws a firestorm, and be done with it. So, if anything, Underlord is doing his job. If he can finish up the Crimson Guard, that will be a lot of sustain for his
Oh,
team.
they're gonna kill that. Getting a kill onto Vascor again. Can they go for more? There's no one nearby. And Isis does have the Blink Dagger going for the BKB. I believe there's only one Black Hole so far in this game.
I don't think he's used Black Hole yet, has he?
They used once when they killed the Underlord, but only the one that DJ got double kill.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
he used it that time once.
But aside from that, he didn't use it at all.
Nope. The scariest Enigma is anyone that doesn't use the Black Hole. So he is playing the scary Enigma.
The mind game Enigma.
The mind games. And I sometimes is known for that mind game.
Sometimes you just don't know what the guy's thinking, to be honest.
Sometimes I do think the same thing. It's like, what the heck is this guy thinking? But that's what makes him like super special.
Exactly. We all love him. Shadowblade on MP, interesting choice, but it seems to me that he sees himself as a threat now. He can solo kill the supports very easily. He can even maybe go for a solo kill onto Zeus, because Zeus, no mana dependent, can't really get away from the Phantom Rush. So he's just going to be able to walk all over the Gambit heroes.
Yeah, and Zeus doesn't have a force stuff as well, so if you get purged and you're just dead. Can't really do much. Not a lot of the mixed assassin in there to help out. But they're gonna get the Roshan, MP will get it, and this could be a high ground push for them, but Tombstone is down for another 40 seconds, but Black Hole is available for Team Fnatic. Nice. Gonna go to the top lane. Looks like he wanna push this top lane tower as well. MP, Shadowblade use, chasing, looking for someone to kill.
Yeah, he's not going to find anyone here. It's empty down here. Everyone on Gambit, they're actually in the bottom lane, but they're pushing this tier 2 tower, surprisingly enough, and it's all going uncontested.
They should be able to get it. They're not tipping the carries or support to help out. A line is drawn by Zeus saying that push the tower down, then TP straight away. Well, they're gonna get it for free.
I have to say this is a very interesting choice for Fnatic. A lot of teams love to prioritize saving their own towers, but Fnatic, they're not biting. They're saying, we want to push high ground on your side of the map. We will force you back. It won't be the other way around. And I think this is to a certain degree a play they need to make as well, because if they keep trying to go back to defend versus a Terrorblade, the game's just going to draw longer and longer. Terrorblade's going to keep pushing out all these lanes, and at some point they're just never going to be able to push. So for Gambit to make this sort of play, like, they're trying, but now that BKB is now completed on Ice, who also skilled up the 15 cooldown reduction talent instead of the 150 gold, he's going to be an even more threatening force, because Black Hole, the cooldown, I mean, 15%, sorry, it's quite a lot for an Enigma, especially for a Black Hole duration.
Yep, because his ultimate is a very long cooldown ultimate, but we see, look at the tier 3 in the top lane for Fnatic. It's nearly half HP already, but now there's a backdoor protection thanks to Abed, but they're gonna go for the Terrorblade now. Doesn't have the mana to Sunder, like we said, have a big mana problem when fights PL, but they're still chasing after him. Shadowblade up, Abed is chasing after him, being pinged, he might be spotted. But he's gonna try to TP out. Can they cancel this TP? Looks like he will be able to TP out. Nice play coming out from the Terrorblade, safely TP'd. And yeah, just buying time, pushing wave, so that this Zeus will be able to get his. But here they're gonna get one kill. Oh, Vascor again, dying.
Yeah, it's a poor Dazzle. But he does get a Observer Ward out though, so gonna give his team some vision, but it gets dewarded by Enigma now. Ice has a gem.
It's like every time Vascor dies, it's because he's warding. He's like, okay, I placed the ward, guys. Alright, guys, I'm dead. So it's like, oh, the 3 times he got caught in the enemy side is when he went and planted this particular ward up here, and now he died because he was planting the ward somewhere here. So they kind of sacrifice him just to get the small little bit of information throughout the map. But they are gonna try to get this tower now, the tier 3. They are trying to go for it. Enigma Black Hole, BKB is available. Don't have to worry so much. They don't have any ways to cancel it now.
Yeah, nothing at all. So what's the play, Gambit? How are they going to approach this? They can nuke the PL. There is a Veil on the Zeus, but they're going to do it soon if they want to do anything at all.
Oh, Soul Rate is there to help out MP. He still has the Ages of the Immortality as well, so didn't care, but Abed jumps in, gonna get, oh, he tops the creep. Unlucky for him, got the creep instead. But the top lane looks like someone is doing a big split push, and the tower is so low there.
I think they
gonna go